as you can see, I've put a layer on. I would recommend doing the same because the body is going to start to get a little bit colder. So this is really great if you have like a wall behind you so that you can really just sit into the wall, and it's a really good stretch for super confined spaces as well. So we're going to start off, we're bringing our right knee into the chest, and we're just really relaxing into this, and then we're letting the knee drop. Lovely. And then from here we're going to bring this leg bent and flexed, and then we're taking it out to the side, and then we're going to try and stretch it, and then we take it to the side, and you can also stretch that supporting leg, and you can also try and take the leg a little bit further up. And bring it down. This can also be done lying down on the floor. I'm just showing you standing up. Also, it's not the best angle. If I'm laid down, you can't see it as clearly. And it's also quite a nice one to do standing up as well. So we're bringing the knee into the chest. So this would be you lying down if you wish. And then we're bringing the knee down. This is to really relax your hip flexor muscle. And then I tend to bend the supporting leg on this one as well. And I'm grabbing it with the opposite hand. And I'm also flexing this foot. And then I'm taking it out to the side. And I'm really holding on and putting my weight into the wall. And then I'm going to bring it here. And then I can also stretch this supporting leg. And then I'm going to take it to the side. I can start off with it bent. And then I can come up. And the same thing, you can try and increase the leg height. And then bring it back. Good. Now we're going to have our legs nice and wide. We're breathing in, joining the hands at the top in prayer position, coming down. Try and place the hands on the floor. Relax the head. Look up and then back down. Look up and then back down. Now we're going to interlace the fingers and straighten the hands. And then just gently put the hands back on the floor, grab the waist and come up to standing. Good. Now we're going to do some sun salutations. So this normally does tend to take place at the front of the mat, but because of limited space, just stand wherever you want really, it doesn't matter, we don't need to be strict. So we have our feet together. We're gonna, if you don't have much space, like for example I've got a wall, I'm bringing the hands forwards and then I'm finding a prayer position at the top. Exhale. Bring them down. Hands touching the floor. Inhale, look up, say hello. Exhale, fold forwards. Now we're bending through the knees. We can find a plank position or knees come down, elbows in. And now we're just going to come to a cobra. So we're going to put, actually this is Sphinx, sorry. We're going to come to Sphinx and the hands are here and we're just coming up. Make sure you don't sit in the shoulders. Up, open the chest. Come back down. Now we're coming into Cobra, which is just small, so we've readjusted the hands just to come up to here. Come back down, exhale, hands a bit inhale. This is upward facing dog. Exhale, we're coming through to our downward facing dog. Tuck the toes. Nice position, walk the feet. And we're just going to be here for 5 breaths. Inhale, stepping. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale up. Exhale in. We're going to repeat this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, down. Plank, pull onto the knees, however you prefer. Inhale. Exhale, we're coming just to upward dog this time. And back. 5 breaths. Inhale, stepping in. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, down. Good. Now let's come down. Find our cross-leg position. And we're just going to stretch the neck. Place this hand out to the side. And look down. And look up. And relax the neck. And to the other side. Flex. Look down. The tingly feeling is normal in your arm. And it's good. Now we're going to stretch the hands up. And in. Good. Now we're going to come into a tabletop position. We're going to do some cat and cow. So here we are. This is called the happy cow. We're dipping the lower back. And then you're going to round this spine. And this is called the angry cat. And down. And up. And down through each vertebrae. Up. And then you can now start to play with snaking the body round into circles, coming backwards, side to side, little bit forwards, however works for you. Just playing with the spine. Allow yourself to come back into a child's pose, reaching the hands forward, forehead on the floor. Now you can find yourself in a straddle position. So if you don't have a huge amount of space, you can do this one leg at a time. But I'm just going to be careful I don't knock the candle. Find yourself in a straddle position and you can have the feet flexed or pointed, whichever you prefer. And we're just going to settle in this position. Just make sure everything is comfortable. And then we're just gonna stretch and reach over to the side. So if you prefer just to stay here, you can place a hand down. You can really play with this position. All we're trying to do is keep the rib space in front, so make sure you don't close in. Keep open, keep reaching. Reach over, let the back and the front of the body open up. Inhale, exhale to the other side. And again, you can hold here or to the back, whichever you prefer. And just really let the body lengthen. And just come back. Now you can gently walk your hands forwards, 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 and then just let the body relax down. Gently push yourself back. And now we are going to do the one-legged one, because that's really good for you. So you're bringing your foot as close to you as possible, and you're slightly adjusting the pelvis so that I'm now going to come over this leg. Now what we want to do first off is we want to lift up through this body, and then we're coming forward. So you don't want to collapse down, you want to lift up, over, and we're reaching for this toe, and let the hair drop. And you can allow yourself to be a little bit floppy, but we want to keep the sense of lengthening and reaching as opposed to flopping in. Lengthen and stretch. And just hold this stretch for a little bit. Really good as well for stretching out the back, because I feel that a lot of us are going to be like this panic stress mode, and a lot of stress ends up being held in the back part of our bodies. So doing stuff like this, which allows the body to lengthen and also find grounding at the same time, is very useful in stressful times like these. So the same thing, we're bringing this foot to that thigh. This one can be flexed or pointed or relaxed, whichever you prefer. Same thing, we're gonna inhale, lift up, lift up, lift up. Exhale, fold forwards. And again, you can allow the body to be floppy, we don't need to hold, but just make sure. Lengthen that spine. And just stay here for a little bit. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Now you can really have the feet further away from you if you prefer. Some people find it more comfortable that way, but we're trying to bring them in. This is why being against a wall is really good, because then we're not having to deal with let the body relax. And you can gently be applying pressure, but you want to make sure that you're not really pushing onto the knees. If you are wanting to push, always on the thighs or calves. I mean, pushing on the calves in this instance isn't going to do a huge amount, but you never want to push on knees or ankles. We're always wanting to go for fleshy muscle part, yeah? And we're just gonna allow these hips just to drop and shoulders. And you can close the eyes here. Imagining the crown of the head to be lifting, so you feel that you have your head growing to the sky, whilst your tailbone and your legs are planting you into the ground, like a beautiful tree. And then we're just very gently going to pick these legs up and just let them turn in for a second, just to compensate for that motion. Lovely. Now just bring them in cross-legged, however's most comfortable for you. If you prefer to have both legs on top, that's fine. Whatever works. And we're just letting these wrists rotate one way and then the other way. And then we're just going to let one pull backwards. So I'm just doing this. And then very gently forwards. We're not forcing things too much. And let that relax. And same thing. Pulling it back. And push. And shake it back. Good. Make sure that you're nice and loose. This is a really good time now to be doing like a little quad stretch. So it's like we're going to move these beautiful hairy lines just a little bit forward. And what I'm doing is I'm just tucking one leg in, and then my other leg is kind of like in a fourth position. So stage one is just here onto the elbows. Quads may already be screaming for some help me. So stay here if that's the case. Stage two, lie down on the floor. And your stage three, if this is comfortable, is you pick up that leg, place it so that it's flat on the floor, and then you slightly shift onto that leg. And this is the most intense one that you can have. Just stay here for a few breaths, closing the eyes. Now I'm going to stay on the same side just so you can see what the opposite leg is doing. So I'm tucking now my other leg to stretch out the other quad, and this one is placed down. Stage one is on the elbows. Stage two, lying down, and we want this knee to be down, so you don't want it to be flying up. If it's flying up, then just pull the body back. Stage three, pick this, stand it, and shifting so that it gets a deeper stretch. Now close the eyes and stay here for a few breaths. We're just going to find our knees in, and we're just allowing the body to rock. Letting it relax, bringing the knees in. And just close the eyes and just stay here for a few breaths. Feel the body just starting to sink into the floor. And you can let the legs go now if you wish. as you want, or you can very gently just push yourself up to sitting and find a cross-legged position. Good. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you've done all 3 videos, yay, amazing. And if you've just done one or half of one or a minute of one, that's also amazing as well. You know, in times like these, it's really hard to find motivation and to stay active. So I hope that, you know, any small part of one of these 3 videos does that for you. Yeah, so the order that I would recommend is the fitness, then the contemporary phrase, then this one. But also, you know, you could just take, for example, the relaxation part, the mobilization from this one day. You could just do the abs part from the fitness workout. You could just do the phrase if you're wanting to recap it. You know, it's up to you. Just please make sure that you are warm enough if you're jumping straight into an activity. And as I did mention before, you know, Leeds University Union Modern Dance Society and myself have no liability or any responsibilities for any injury or damage to property or anything. So yes, well, thank you very much, and I hope that you're keeping safe and sane and as healthy and as happy as can be in the current situation.